Now here's the crazy part. It says that he took the rib from the man and closed it up and created he the woman. And Adam wakes up and says, that's bone of my bone, it's flesh of my flesh. She wound man. Let me tell you, a lot of times, in order for you to see the miracle that God is manifesting, you'll have to go through the mess of a wound. You've never experienced what real love is until you've been through real hatred. He says, she wounded me, but God gives her to him. It may have hurt you, but it didn't break you. It may have wounded you, but it's not going to worry you to kill you. It may have come to attack you. It may have cut you. It may have even caused blood to come from you. But you got to know everything that God pulled from you, he saw fit for you to lose it, only to be reflection that this is God replacing it. And I'm only talking to somebody tonight that maybe God removed some stuff from you this past year. I don't know what these past 10 months of your life has been like, but only came to say that it wounded you, but it ain't gonna kill you. It may have hurt your feelings, but it's not gonna take your joy away, and it's not gonna take your promise that God has put over your life. You may have gone through it and felt bad about it. They may have left you and walked out to you. It may have not worked out the way you thought it would. You may have been denied for it. It may not seem to be going in the right direction, but know that it won't break you. It says he took it from Adam and didn't replace it, but Adam didn't break. It says he took it from Adam, didn't replace it, but Adam didn't die. He took it from him, but he survived. And you ought to be able to look around you and know all the hell that you fought through, all the stuff that you went through, everything that you faced and was challenged by on this side, that you didn't die to it. No, it ain't kill you. It did not destroy you. I know you thought that the weight was going to crush you, but it didn't. And I only wanted you to know on tonight that it's God's will that you be a wounded man. Because I know wounds birth miraculous things. I know from the wound forms the woman who then births the generations. And what God has placed inside of you, such a gift that cannot be forfeited. It's going to hurt you, but it's going to help you. For anybody on tonight that knows that God knows what's best for me, and though it hurt me, I know one day it's going to help me. I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know when he's going to make it turn out the right way. I don't even know how he's going to do it, but I know that sometimes God has to hurt me to help me. I know that he's only hurting so that he can perform in the promise that it's going to work out. It's going to feel better one day, that one day you'll succeed. One day you'll see the fulfillment of it. He takes it, wounds him, but then births the woman. God is birthing something greater out of you. That's why you had to go through the womb. If it was not for the womb, then some of you wouldn't have wombs. And you got to know the womb formed the place for the womb. You had to be hurt in private places for God to birth you in private, because everybody didn't need to see you being birthed, but that they need to see you not birthing it, but in the deliverance of it. That I came out of it. I didn't die to it. The will of God was to wound me, but it helped me. It was that he hurt me, but he fulfilled in me. It was that knowledge almost destroyed me, but the wisdom of God was all that I needed. My integrity to be able to look at me and say, Jeremiah, I'm a testimony that when everybody gave up on me, God didn't. When I didn't believe in me, God did. When I thought the weight of the world was on me and I had to carry me, it was then that I realized that it was him who was the footprints in the sand, that he was carrying me all along and on the way. You got to believe like Adam. God helped me, and God will show up as a help me. You got to believe like David. God throw a stone for me, but God will show up and kill every Goliath that stands in front of you. You got to believe like Samson. I don't know how I'm going to defeat it, because I'm already tied to it. I'm hooked up in it, don't know how to get free from it. But God will send you a Delilah who will manipulate you get you mad enough to bring the whole tower down. You got to believe, like Jeremiah, that it caused me to weep sometimes, but I know everything that's the prophecy God spoke over me, it's going to come to pass. It's going to be, because he knew me. That's what it said. You got to believe, like John, that I'll cry in the wilderness, prepare ye the way, because I know God is going to come and make a way for me. You got to believe, like Mark, like John, like Luke. You got to believe, like the disciples denied him and dispute him, even though we walked away from him, even though that we doubted him and even somewhat sold him and crucified him, that he still died for me because he loved me. And then you got to believe, like Jesus, that sometimes people will nail you to a cross. Hang in there. You got to know that they may put your feet on the cross too. You got to stand on it. If every time they put you behind the wall, you got to keep quiet in it. But know that after God has turned it around for 3 days, that there's sometimes that you got to get up by 3 days. I know the first day it just happened. It's new. I know it. The next day, that day 2, is a day that you're trying to press it. You're trying to really comprehend. You're trying to process it. But by the 3rd day, baby, let me tell you, you better wipe your eyes. You new perfume to spray on. Better go clean that car out and put some gas in it and go ahead and get dressed, because we about to come out of this. And I only came on tonight to assure that somebody that we coming out of this. It don't matter what wounded you, what woman was connected to you but forgot about you, what man walked out of the life of you. Let me tell you on tonight, if anybody was slated by it, was confused to it, who did not understand the real answer about it, let me share with you just a little bit of the gospel, that Jesus got up, and I know that he got up. He got up. So you don't have to give up. You ain't got to go in. You ain't got to drop out.